clouds forming. They're definitely lighting in the area. They call practice a little short. We're Friday, I guess, quick note, we're Friday into practice. Cars all together, it's rocking and rolling. We're had a crazy but fun day. We spent jamming out there all day. I feel really confident going into Saturday with our practice and our qualifying. Place qualifier with a 95. Haven't done that down here, so super stoked on that. I mean, that was highlighted my evening yesterday. It was sick. We got to keep that momentum flowing into today. We got my teammate Brandon McDowell, top 32. We're gonna go out there and kill this weekend. By the weekend, I mean today, all the way to the box. That's the game plan. Oh, really?
Yeah, we got pieces right here on them. And it's oil.
Oh, shit.
All the way around.
What a way to start top 32. Yikes. That sucks. I'm bummed.
My axle. I felt the vibration after the Hobson battle.
Yeah.
I thought it was the tire,
and it had dirt in it, so my dumbass didn't check it. And as soon as we initiated, I heard brrrr, and I'm like, no, and it just blew the axle apart. My diff hit the ground. I dropped the tire with Hobson, and it bent the diff over, so the axle just came apart. So I was like, there's no point in trying to put an axle in. It's gonna break. You know, I'm not gonna risk both our cars. I'm already at a deficit. Stupid. So good luck.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Hey, I hate that. I thought we were about to have a fucking
Dude,
battle.
I was excited. I was with you.
I watched the bank run. I'm like, yeah,
Well, good luck, man.
Thank
Killing
you.
it.
On the big bank, round 3. That's a wrap, man. It was a blast from the very beginning to the end. We had a game plan from the start. Went out there and just killed some lead runs. #1 qualifier. We had that. I think we had that on lock all weekend. I think we had the best lead run out of anybody out here. That translated to a whole bunch of wins as well. We made our way from, well, we had to buy in top 64, but from on Sunday, made our way from top 32 all the way down to the finals with Adam LZ. And it's not like we went against some easy guys. So, I mean, we saw Brandon McDowell, my teammate with Enjuku, top 32, hitting that window in his block. I think, so bad as it sounds, I think everybody really turned their cars up because we had a fast car and they were really pushing the limits of theirs. And then I think a lot of guys found the limits of their car, unfortunately for them, but, you know, it helped us out, but it's one of those things, you know, you're really pushing the limits on every component on your vehicles, making 900,000 horsepower, and we're on the edge of the wall and really going for it. So it's the nature of the game. Part's gonna break, but yeah, Brandon McDowell, he went at his block, top 16. We had it one more time versus Shulman, and he's a killer driver, and he did well. He kept his car together all weekend. Well, against us, at least our runs, he stayed together. Top 8, we saw Miata, Taylor Ray. My bad, Taylor. Yeah, he's always on everybody's door, so it was one of those things, like, I don't know how this battle's going to go, but I know what we're going to do. And on our lead run is just, do our qualifying run, and that's what we did. And he ended up breaking his subframe chasing us. No, excuse me, axle. He broke the axle chasing us. And on to the top 4, we saw Alec Hohnadell, another cat that's been in FD. This car's super fast, and, it's another one of those guys that, is you don't want to see him until the finals. He's just got a good car, a ton of horsepower. I think he's making 950, and probably similar setup-ish chassis to me. And we had my lead run. I put it where I needed to. He stayed on me the whole time. And on coming to chase run, going around the bank, I jumped on and stayed with him. I seen his front tire start pushing. I'm like, he's going into the wall, so I started preparing for that. Left foot braked a little more to add more angle to the car. So whenever I seen his front end snap into the wall, I just clutch kick and drove down away from him to prevent us from hitting each other. But that was one of those things you really have to be, you have to be very focused in driving and drifting when we're 80-ish miles an hour against the wall and 2 cars that are just flying absolutely inches away from it. You have to be super conscious of your surroundings and what's going on with the car in front of you, as well as you your own surroundings with your car. So luckily, his car wasn't hurt too bad, and he was able to drive off. And luckily we drove off too to bring us into our finals with Adam. Lead run was kind of picture perfect as we've been running all weekend. Set in the bank, right on the wall. I felt a little rub. We stayed there, third gear, and I went and downshift the tank coming off the bank. And as soon as we went to come off the bank, the car shut off. Or shut down. I lost some electronics, something somewhere. We still don't really know exactly the cause. So we're gonna just diagnose that and go back to the shop. And that was a scary moment for me. I mean, I really thought I was gonna have to write off this car. And I mean, there's a lot of things that flashed before my eyes, and hurting was one of them. Because I've been into a wall pretty hard before, and I thought I was literally just gonna go drive straight into that concrete barrier. It was. Thank goodness I was able to keep off of it. Got on the brakes hard, and got some front grip back in the car. Set the weight on the front, and was able to steer out of it. With the minimal steering we had there with the car shut off. And then about halfway down it, when I was going towards the grass, car came back alive, and I drove back to the pits. We looked over, it took a 5-minute, and couldn't find anything that stood out. There was one of the breakers, one of the wires was like not tight on the breaker. Or no, the breaker, what held the breaker in, not to get too technical, it was a little loose, so we may rotate a little bit. It's the only thing we can think of that we've seen quickly. Aside from that, was how to diagnose what's in the tune and what's going on with electronics and stuff like that. Went back out, and I knew I was at a huge deficit. I was sitting on a zero, goose egg, whatever you want to call it, and that's not the way I wanted to run Adam, because I really wanted to have a straight up battle, like just hardcore, start to finish, full pull for both of us. And fortunately we didn't, so I went out and just took a lot of gambles, and I don't say gamble, we just it was super aggressive. On our transitions and transition to that inside. I mean, we almost brushed. I feel like if I could have been any closer, I don't know. I couldn't see me being closer without hitting him. And then whenever he set the car, it looked like he was set, and then I jumped on it. And then after that, I think the driver wheel hit his right rear or something. I'm not sure what caused mayhem, but I thought he was set and going to go, but he didn't take off as fast as I assumed he was, and then we had a little contact. So. Ended up messing up bending some suspension parts, and that kind of shut down my run. I tried to keep going. Whenever I dropped down off of him, I stayed on the throttle. I was trying to push this thing around. Whatever was screwed up, I didn't care. I was going to try to finish the run, and it did not so much. The car started over-rotating, come around on me, and I couldn't save it. So, name of the game. Push these cars to the limits, and you want to go for that win, you gotta not really care a little bit. So. I don't know, solid weekend, super happy, $5 grand, sitting really good in points now, probably second or third. I got to see how the point standings are after this round, and I'm super stoked on round 4. We're still going to be chasing that championship, and I'd like to see Adam again. I really want to give him a run and go for it. Should be a solid battle. All right, see you guys round 4.